Hey, what's happening, everybody? Good afternoon. Welcome to the channel. Quarterback is a problem in Cleveland. The second the Browns traded 3 first-round picks for the right to give Deshaun Watson the most guaranteed money in NFL history, the Browns went from a promising team to a good team on the rise to a team that's now in complete disarray. This is a strange feeling to know that the guy they turned to be this franchise quarterback has suddenly been labeled a bust. This was a mistake, a huge mistake by the Cleveland Browns, and it's more telling each day the Browns were stupid for this. I mean, we can be looking at the biggest letdown in franchise history. I think stupid is the nicest word to use here. It was also promising until it wasn't. Watson has turned into the Ben Simmons of the NFL. He has disappointed. Absolute bust flush of a signing. Huge mistake by the front office. And I can tell you that if you're a Browns fan right now, you're absolutely sick. The worst possible thing is happening. Deshaun Watson is trapped in quarterback purgatory, and I'm not sure he'll ever get out. Horrible news for Browns fans. What a terrible state to be in. I'm not joking when I say this. When I say this, the Browns should bench him for the rest of the year and ride it out with Jameson Winston. If I was Kevin Stefanski, I would think long and hard about it because Watson looked terrible. Okay, there's no other way around it. Hell, the whole offense was horrendous. No running game at all, and you have a quarterback who can't make any throw beyond 5 yards. I'm sure Stefanski learned a lot about his quarterback on Sunday. I think the Browns do have Jameson as their backup. I would hope that they do what is necessary in order to be in playoff contention. There's no better time than right now to hit the reset button on a quarterback right now. It will continue to be their demise as a football team if they don't plug a vet quarterback into that offense. The quarterback situation, which to me was shit to begin with, is one glaring flaw. Can we really say it's all on Deshaun? We've seen already after just one game that Jerome can't run. Deshaun isn't making throws. Wide receivers and tight ends are dropping passes. The O-line can't block. It's top to bottom. It wouldn't matter if you had Tom Brady in his prime. This team is severely flawed beyond the quarterback. Sure, there's more problems than just him, but Deshaun is largely the problem as well. The guy can't play. Stop making excuses. He can't play. He's a bust. It ain't getting better. Watson is the biggest fraud in the NFL. He's not that good. I'm not even giving him this year to prove me wrong. I knew he was going to look awful beforehand. I was telling people, this is as bad as it will ever get. I kept telling people that he will never be the guy he was in Houston. That player is gone. It's dead. It's over. It's done. Let it go. That's concerning for the Browns for the next 3 to 4 years. They're now stuck with this guy. They're now stuck with his contract. The Texans got lucky, found their quarterback, and now they are relevant. I'll gladly say this, that he's a shell of his former self, plain and simple. This is a guy that throughout his NFL and college career carried himself as a good boy, courted that image that he was this great guy with a clean background. This isn't an overreaction after one game. Disaster on all fronts, okay? The whole game was the perfect recipe for disaster. The spread offense looked terrible. The run game was non-existent. The beauty of this offense is is that play action pass. You can't run it with Deshaun because he isn't good enough to operate the play action pass. He doesn't see the field well. He's not throwing in rhythm and timing. He's missing receivers. I don't think Kevin Stefanski can run the scheme that he really wants to run with Deshaun. That's on the Cleveland Browns, though. This is on the front office. You guys signed off on this Deshaun Watson trade that has gotten you nowhere. The guy is making all this money. At one time, he was one hell of a player. Then life happened. The sexual misconduct allegations, which has affected him mentally. Injuries derailed him. His skills are completely diminished. Watson is mentally broken and has zero self-confidence. You can hear it in his voice and see it on his body. One thing that sticks out about Watson is that he doesn't look invested or engaged. Shows no emotion, looks indifferent about everything, like he doesn't care. It's crazy how that situation is still affecting him. Mentally, he's just not there. You have to wonder if the Browns will bench him in favor of Winston. You pay a guy that much money to be a leader. We have yet to see his leadership, and he hasn't performed like that elite quarterback he says he is. You got paid hundreds of millions of guaranteed dollars and turned into a zombie. It's been a long offseason. There's a chance he forgot what football is in the last 6 months. He can't complete anything down the field. There are throws to be made, but Watson can't seem to make those throws. He can't see them, and he's not seeing the field very well. The offensive game plan doesn't look really good. Watson has proven he can't hit wide open receivers 10 yards down the field. That's a problem. And I don't care who you are, you're not going to win many games when you start 1st and 15. You're 2nd and 15. You're 3rd and 15. That was disgusting. All the penalties. That might have been one of the worst opening day experiences. This kind of reminds you of the opening game versus Pittsburgh, the year the Browns went 10-6. I think it was a kick in the mouth this team needed to correct whatever it is. Enough with the excuses. Enough. Watson is cooked. Okay? Watson is cooked. I'm not trying to be dramatic, but the Browns offense looked awful. And I don't think it was the case of, the Cowboys were just controlling the game, destroying them and outplaying them and just confusing them. That wasn't the case. They sucked. Plain and simple. They were terrible. They were hot garbage. Every single one of them. They sucked. You can point at Amari Cooper, who dropped a wide open touchdown. You can look at Jerry Jeudy, who did have a touchdown this game, but he also had a drop too. It just wasn't good. Your receivers weren't making plays. The offensive line had all kind of pre-snap penalties. Early in this game, you had some drops by the receivers, and when the wide receivers weren't dropping it, Deshaun was overthrowing it. The big thing that concerns me with Deshaun is, and I'm going to tell you, is his accuracy. This was a step in the wrong direction, and he's going to have to do considerably better. He's going to have to considerably do some work. A train wreck of a start. It was a disaster from start to finish. Hard to do much of anything when you're under siege. The Browns line has to do a better job protecting Watson. These dudes are ass out there. There isn't a single big body on that team that knows anything about blocking. Watson almost got killed with 6-man protection against a 3-man rush. The O-line, to me, is the weakest unit on the field, atrocious. And on top of that, you have Deshaun Watson, a quarterback whose public humiliation destroyed any confidence he had. Watson should not have looked the way he looked on Sunday. You can't look at this game and say Deshaun played well. I wonder how the Browns feel about Baker Mayfield now. I would have expected a better game from Baker, let alone Deshaun Watson. The bar is high for Watson this season. And you see what Baker is doing in Tampa. He looks like a franchise quarterback, and Watson is looking worse than Baker when he was the Browns quarterback. But hey, this is what the Browns wanted, and this is what they got themselves into. But Deshaun, he's done as a football player. We got to say what it is. We got to say what it is, folks. This is the Deshaun Watson that makes you worse. I'm not convinced he's going to make it better. I can't look at what he did in this game and tell you I feel like he's the guy. Hey, guys, I'm wrapping this up now. It's been real. Thanks for watching. Thanks for keeping up with my content. Thanks for supporting the channel. Shout out to all you guys. Thank you guys so much, but I got to get back to what I was doing now. We'll talk to you guys very, very soon. Make sure to hit the subscribe button if you like the content and you want to keep up with what I have to say. Please do that. Hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys next time. I'll talk to you guys very soon. Happy Monday to you all. See you guys next time.